Hello everybody, Penguin Speaks here. I want to talk about a few things. I know that I don't take, on this channel anyway, I don't take a political stance, but there's a few things that I'm going to discuss because, well, they're facts and they're happening. We are going to inaugurate Donald Trump as our 45th President of the United States on Friday. He won the election. He did not win the popular vote, but he did win the Electoral College votes. Now, this is a perfect example of why the Electoral College is so important. If we break it down into counties, Hillary Clinton won 57 counties out of 3,141, while Donald Trump actually won 3,084 out of that same 3,141. So he won more of the land, he won more of the masses. However, the counties that Hillary Clinton won, they have a large population of people. So if we just went on that, the popular vote, while more people voted for her, less states voted for her. And that's why the Electoral College is in place, so that we have a governing body that is consistent. Okay? Our forefathers knew what they were doing when they put this in place. A lot of people argue it, but in the past, right now the Democrats are arguing it, which is understandable. In the past, it's gone the other way to where a Republican has won more votes in the popular vote than the candidate from the Democratic side. And people were outraged then, but that's just the way it is. That's why our Electoral College is in place. Just a little update here. Former President George H.W. Bush is actually in the hospital. He was admitted Saturday with coughing and just things stemming from pneumonia, but today he was moved to intensive care. While they say he's not in critical condition, he's in stable condition, but he's not doing well at all. And then Barbara Bush was admitted because she was with fatigue, coughing, signs that she could have pneumonia as well. Wow, that was a gunshot from somewhere. 2 of them. Somewhere in Georgia, huh? Anyway, and as a precaution, she was admitted because she was around her husband while he had his pneumonia, so it's possible she could have contracted it too. Back to talking about Trump. A lot of people are happy about Trump being elected. A lot of people are sad about Trump being elected. I, for one, hope he does a good job. I hope he's able to turn this country around. We are in a crisis, and people don't realize that our country is in very, very poor condition. With health care, trade, immigration, everything. And I hope that he stands true to his words and fixes the problems that are just, our country's in bad shape because of these problems, because they were overlooked for so long, at least the last 16 years anyway. For the people who want Trump to fail, I don't want to fly with you, because that's the same as saying that I hope an airline pilot crashes the plane because you don't like him and kills everybody on board. Trump is leading this plane right now. He's our pilot, and we want him to land safely. Whether he gets off and somebody else gets on to fly the rest of the way, in other words, he doesn't get reelected, that's to be seen. But I hope he does a good job in his 4 years, and we'll know within the first year what kind of a president he's going to be. Obama's leaving the office after 8 years. He's not going to leave D.C., though. He's going to live, I think they said Georgetown is going to be the place where he's going to be. Just for FYI, he's given out 64 pardons before he leaves the presidency. I mean, 64 people who were convicted of crimes, he's given them a pardon. One is Chelsea Manning. Chelsea Manning was one of the main people that leaked documents to WikiLeaks, classified information. So the Republicans condemned this pardon because, she gave vital information and made it public. Well, isn't that kind of what Hillary Clinton did too, with her private email server? There were a lot of things in there that came out that were public that were supposed to be private. So I think that her getting a pardon actually is not a bad thing, because it's fair. If Hillary Clinton is not going to get charged and not going to be prosecuted for this, then this person who was supposed to serve 35 years in prison for leaking these documents should get out. I think it's only fair. He also pardoned baseball player Willie McCovey. Played for the San Francisco Giants. He's a Hall of Famer. He was on tax evasion charges. Basically, he was sentenced in 1996. He got 2 years probation and a $5,000 fine, failing to report income. from merchandise that he was selling and things like that. So he pardoned him. That one's not a big one. I mean, take it or leave it. I don't know the other 62 pardons right now. I'm going to look into it, and if any of them stand out as being, hey, what the heck's going on here, I will get back to you on that. Also, the last thing is, I know this sounds like a news report, but there was a 9/11 letter that actually reached the White House. You all remember Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who is the 9/11 mastermind, who was caught and he was down in Gitmo. He actually wrote a letter to the Miami Herald in hopes that it got to President Obama, which it did. And he was writing about Muslim oppression in the hand of the West, especially the United States. Well, okay, this is coming from somebody who planned to blow up parts of the United States, who planned to destroy people, destroy property, and just try to destroy our way of life. Now, was he all involved with it? Osama bin Laden as well? Yeah, they played a large part in it. However, I personally, I don't want to say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I do believe that our government had a hand in it as well. And that's to be seen, but that's just my, that's just my opinion. So we'll see what happens here in the future. But other than that, I don't have anything to talk about right now. If I do, I'll upload more videos later. This is Penguin Speaks. Peace out.